and welcome to the Green and Gold Gridiron Show. I'm Margot Morin.
I'm Chris Sheets from the Kissin' Country Morning Show. Margot, we have a gargantuan show. I've never even said that word before,
but it's
a
big word for you, Chris.
Big word, gargantuan. A show lined up today, full of mixed martial arts, tattoos, and so much more. We're actually not going to show our tattoos, I promise you that.
Okay, well, we're going to start it off with today's fifth quarter. We're catching up with former Eskimos defensive back Rio Wells to see what he's been up to, so check it out.
From Edmonton, Alberta, Rio, the Quiet Storm, Wells.
I was playing rugby, and we used to always watch it after the rugby games, and then I decided, you know what, I'm going to give it a try after talking with Ryan Ford, and then I came here to Legends, sat down with Kevin McGilvery, and then trained with these guys for about a good month and a half, and I've loved it, and now, you know, I train just about every day there is.
Football give the guy a lot of physical skills, you know. He's very strong, very fast, and he have the blood in the eyes. Like he want to win, he have this with him. He's a just natural competitor. We get sometimes excited with Phil because he's very athletic and he have this will, you know. But we need to respect his time and give him the right moment to, you know, don't rush things.
Very good body kick. Oh, Wells rocks it with the right hand. He's hurt.
Being able to be explosive, that helps a lot. Having good hips, having to be able to explode, you know. But there's just more than just that in the game, you know. There's comes a time where you have to have patience. You got to be able to be disciplined. You know, that's what in jiu-jitsu it teaches me to be disciplined, not to be in a hurry. Don't think that you can out-muscle everything. Would like to have been able to submit my last opponent, and I've looked at some of the pictures there, and I was like, oh, that position was there for me to do it, but I didn't do it. But like with Rodrigo tells us, position before submission, and that's what happened. I was in a good position, but I just didn't take it. So, but I train very hard with every time I come in the gym. I give it all I have, and I listen, and that's what part of being a disciplined fighter, and that's why probably what I am for, though, because I'm very disciplined. Whether, you know, it's weights, jits, stand-up, takedown, ground and pound, you have to be prepared for it because it's not, you know, halfway, half doing it. It's full out.
Your winner by technical knockout, Rio, the Quiet Storm, Wells.
I'm going to take the time and not rush anything. If it takes, you know, for another 6 months, even you know, 8 months to my next fight, then hey, that's what's got to happen. I mean, I don't want to rush into a fight and take a fight that's I'm not prepared for, or the guy, you know, he's a black belt and he's way better than I am, and I'm still, oh yeah, I want to fight. No, you know, they're going to sit down with my team and they're going to tell me, guide me in the right direction.
So it's amazing to see a guy that's full of so much power and energy talk about keeping calm and being able to keep zen in any kind of situation. So Chris, you know, don't make him mad. I think he'd probably beat you up pretty quick.
I would not stay calm in that situation for sure. Up next, we have a very special champions in the community. A new school was opened the other week in Rutherford, and you know what? The name will be quite familiar to Eskimo fans. Check it out.
Johnny Wright was chosen from a number of names that were presented to the school board trustees based on his history, his background, his contributions as a citizen in Edmonton, as an athlete, as an educator. Was a no-brainer that as these schools came online, that one of them be named the Johnny Wright School.
My father would be excited. You know, I think he'd be really excited to find out that this particular school, I think, if I didn't know any better, I would think that he had chosen it himself because the address on the school is the same address on his home in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Johnny Wright played with the Edmonton Eskimos during their dynasty years of the 50s. During that time, they wore the dark green and gold that the Eskimos have used as their retro colors. So it seemed sensible that we chose the colors that Johnny Wright proudly wore when he was an Eskimo, actively setting records and winning games for the Eskimos. So we've chosen the retro green and gold as our school colors.
Well, I mean, it's an honor. I mean, he's an alumnus. Obviously, his life and his example of sportsmanship and citizenship and the aspects of his participation in the Edmonton community was significant enough to bring him this honor. And as a result, all of us that know him and are part of the group that he once played with are very proud of him, and and also his family.
With him helping out the community and giving back, I mean, he was thrilled about that. He was really good with the students. I mean, he was in the community a lot with the students, teaching, training, coaching, you know, anything he could do to be around the students to help out.
We're building culture, and we are able to go to the heritage that Johnny Bright gives us, the sense of excellence. We speak about 3 pillars: excellence in academics, in athletics and activity, and excellence in citizenship. And it's around those 3 pillars that Johnny Bright school staff will build a community of learners.
Margot, it's always wonderful to see people get recognized for what they do for a community. Johnny Bright is definitely one of those people, between what he did, not just for the city of Edmonton, but also for education. So up next in Out of Bounds, we're catching up with once again new dad, Kamau Peterson. He's taking us over to Crimson Empire to show us how he plans on commemorating the birth of his new son.
I've always been a guy who treats his body as a temple. I've never drank, never smoked, never taken any kind of drug. If my body's a temple, I always felt like you should decorate a temple. So each chapter, you know, once I hit 16, I convinced my mother to let me get one, but I had thought of that about 5 years prior. So each one takes about 5 years to think up, and then I got to be really sure about it. But every chapter of my life, kind of so far as my adult life, I wanted to signify with a piece, and they've all been pretty small to this point, except for this one. First one, I got a saber-toothed tiger. I've always had these teeth kind of impacted, and so that was always a kind of a teasing point when I was a kid, so I just ran with it. Tiger's an animal I've always identified with from just martial arts background and Buddhist upbringing, kind of, so that's always been a piece. You'll find it prevalent throughout all my pieces. Next piece I got when I was in college, so I was getting ready to graduate. Athletically, I used to only have one speed. Once I was able to develop a little more patience and a little more tempo, I got a hand holding a ball of fire, which just kind of signified that the power is in my hands. So the next set I got was after my first son. I got a kanji symbol of humility on my right pec. I got my wife and son's name in an ambigram on my left pec. So as you read it, it'll read Cassius, which is my son's name. As I look at it, it'll read Melissa, which is my wife's name. And above that, I've got a kanji symbol for father. I got overcome on my left shoulder in a kanji symbol as well, and I've got an infinity tattoo, an infinity symbol on my right. Circles have always done well for me. That's why I wear the number 8, just because to me it's the most powerful shape in the universe, so why not 2 of them? I've got another son now. He's 6 months old now, or about to be 6 months, named Cruz, and Cruz means cross. I struggle with different religious beliefs. I'm kind of cross between a Buddhist and a Christian, I'd say. So I've always had the idea of having a cross with a dragon and a tiger fighting over the cross. Dragon representing reason and logic, and the tiger representing just power and lust and ambition. So whichever one is more prevalent in the piece, usually the one that's winning within the person wearing it. So I've got the dragon on top. It's kind of signifying that I'm finally letting that side win out a little more. And the cross is symbolized more so by my son's name, Cruz, than it is more of a religious thing. But it still kind of signifies the fact that both are kind of present in my life in terms of religion. My wife says she's closing up shop kids-wise, so if that's the case, then yeah, this will be the last one. If that doesn't work out and I have another one, I reserve the right to go to my forearms if I need to, because I do want to make sure all immediate family members are represented.
Remember to stay tuned for the second part of Out of Bounds as we continue to chat with KP as he gets his tattoo done. His tattoo is so big it needs 2 parts of Out of Bounds. If I got a tattoo that big, in 10 years it would be down on my rear end. You know what I'm saying? No, she probably doesn't. I'm sorry.
So next up in cheers, we're checking in with one part of the Eskimos cheer team that you wouldn't actually know practices a little bit separately from the dance team. So as a 4-year veteran of the dance team, I know how hard the stunters work, and I can tell you every practice when we would come together to show and tell what we worked on all day, right, they would take my breath away. Seriously, they will take yours away. Check it out.
The stunters have 2 different sides of it. There's the bases, which are all the men who are on the team, and then the flyers, we call them, which are the girls. So we are the ones who get thrown in the air. So a lot of trust, and no one's ever been hurt, seriously. So yeah, we take it very safe and very cautious. What we normally do is just start with a warm-up. We'll have a group talk also to decide what we want to get accomplished, and then just get right to it and just stay focused and try to get as much done as we can. We have a saying that goes perfection before progression. So you start off with the basic, very basic stunts, not lifting them past your thighs and then your shoulders, then to extended level, and then once you get good at those, then you get to the more elite stunts. So it's all a very safe progression. Most of the flyers and stunt girls that are on the team have had a gymnastics background, so we're very aware of our bodies when we're flipping upside down. We have good muscle control, so gymnasts usually progress the fastest.
I was actually a gymnast for 14 years, and the other tumbler is a gymnast for a really long time too. So what we do is basic tumbling, not anything that we would have done when we were in competitive gymnastics. We just mostly work on our pathways, just so we know where we're going in the game, so we don't crash into anyone when we're doing our tumbling. And that's it, basically.
My role is I'm the person who's throwing the girls in the air. Everything's got to be quick off the bottom and controlled at the top. A lot of it's technique. A lot of it's the girls knowing how to hold their own weight up, just straight over top of each other, straight body positions that the girls learn right from day one. Going to the gym and working out is always a really good thing that helps as well, but a lot of it is going to gyms such as this one and training with your partners.
All right, joining us right now, all things entertainment, the co-chair of the Big Grey Cup Festival, Hot to Huddle, which is coming to Edmonton, of course, in November. So much going on, not just the sold-out game, of course, things leading up to that as well. Mike Anderson is with us. Mike, first of all, there's a bunch of free events that we'll be talking about, but again, there's a bunch of events that you need tickets for, but they're going to be really cool. Tell us about those.
Well, some of the cool events are happening right here on site, just outside Commonwealth Stadium. We've got our indoor tailgate and our outdoor tailgate. Right now, confirmed to play those are Core Blend and Biff Naked. So many more acts are going to be added to those stages in the coming weeks. So stay tuned for that. And then also on the Saturday night, we've got amazing cabaret with Tom Cochran and Red Rider and Widemouth Mason. And
yeah, you pretty much have it all covered, whether it's country, it's rock, it's, you know, you've got the pop there, you've got, again, the rap. It's all going to be here. If you like music, there's going to be something for you as far as Grey Cup goes, right?
Yeah, it's really exciting, the diversity we've put into the lineup. And there's local talent, there's Albertan talent, and Canadian talent. So it's really exciting, a little bit of everything for everybody.
I think I'm going to sleep the week before Grey Cup just to be ready for it. We're probably all going to need that. More information available at?
GreyCupFestival2010.com.
Thank you very much, Mike Anderson. It's going to be a great, great week. Up next in Pro Fitness, we kick around the gym with Derek Schiavone.
Hi, I'm Derek Schiavone with the Edmonton Eskimos. Today on Pro Fitness, we're going to go through my weekly routine as a kicker, and I'm going to take you through some exercises. How I normally start the week, we have a game on Friday. I usually do heavy legs on, say, Sunday, the day before we start practice. Monday, I usually get upper body in, some chest and shoulders. Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll probably do my back, traps, things like that. And Thursday, day before the game, just try to do light workout, a little bit full body, and just flush out the system, keep everything fresh. So let's get started. All right, so we're going to start you over here with the jammer press. It's a very important workout exercise just because it really incorporates your full body. Especially being a kicker, you really have to explode your hips through the ball. And so that's what this sort of focuses on. So it's one of my important ones and one of the ones I usually do before the week because it involves quite a bit of legs. So I'll show you how it's done. All right, so this is the second exercise I'm going to take you through. I'm sure it gets covered a lot because it's a very important exercise. It's called the power clean. So it's important just because it's really emphasizing that hip explosion. You really want to bring up the bar and explode through. And like I said, that's very important. As a kicker, you need to explode through all your kicks. And this really helps you with that. So what I normally do is I usually do 3 sets, anywhere between 6 and 8 reps, just because I usually do it a little bit heavier. And I really like to go deep into the squat. Some people just clean it up here and stand up. I really like to catch it, touch my elbows on my knees, and come back up. So I'll show you how it's done. All right, so here for the third and final exercise I'm going to bring you through today. This one's really kicker oriented. It's something more I do in the off season to get my legs ready for camp, but I do it a bit during season just to, really keep in shape. It's sort of resistance training, so I just go through my kicking and punting steps, but I add, as you can see, I have a belt on with a resistance band. And so for this drill, you do need a partner, so I'm going to have someone holding it in behind me, and it's just me going through my kicking motion with some resistance. It's a great drill to get warmed up. Also, if you want to, go through about 10 reps, go out in the field, and when you actually kick without it, your leg feels 100 times faster. So it's really good. So I'll show you how it's done. So I'm just going to start with my punting one. So you want to come out a little bit so there's a bit of tension. I'm just going to go through my regular steps and swing through. And now I'll do a few of my field goal ones. So you just want to pick a target like your tees on the ground. Take my steps back. That's it for my workout on Pro Fitness.
Chris, I probably could have used that kicking drill back when I was a cheerleader.
Yeah, who are you trying to kid? You've used that kicking drill on me a number of times when the camera's not on, but that's another story. Up next and Out of Bounds, we check in on Kamau Peterson to see how his new tattoo is going. This is crazy. Check it out.
Hi, I'm Kamau Peterson, slotback for the Edmonton Eskimos. I'm here at Crimson Empire to get a tattoo done, and this is Out of Bounds. My family is a pretty progressive, open-thinking family. Like, all my sisters have piercings, eye, lip, nose ring, my mother too, belly ring. My sisters all have tats as well. It wasn't tough to really convince her. It was really so much the age. I started younger than the rest of them, than my sisters, I think, just because she probably felt like I could handle the pain a little better. But so long as we all showed her that there was real thought involved in the piece, and she'd sign off on it.
So before I start, we've already got the line work committed. So basically today, I'm just gonna go over this whole section down here. I'm also gonna do some light shading in the background a little bit, just a little bit.
Oh, around the piece?
Yeah, just so it doesn't look like it's only that without anything else, so it kind of just blends into your skin tone a little bit better. It's like this area, a little bit in there, a little bit in the corners. Just kind of bring it out a little bit more and soften it up as it goes into your the rest of your back there. It's all black and gray, so it's just different varying tones of gray, basically. Some areas of black where it's under the most heavy shadow, basically. But this is, like what I'm doing now is the first coat, quote unquote, just to kind of allow for easier blending when you put the darker tones in. To give something shape from like a two-dimensional piece to make it look 3 dimensions. Just the way the gray wash works, you kind of need to put a base in first and then build it up as you go. I've had a few consults where people don't know what they want. They just have a theme and then they just let me draw whatever comes to mind regarding that theme. But I usually like to dedicate at least a half an hour to talk to somebody to get their idea and make sure that I have a good basis to what they want. So yeah, I do like the long consults to basically get to know somebody well enough to draw them a piece that's suitable for them. Not just something that's generic and kind of reproduced from something else that I don't like tattooing stuff that other people will have. I'd rather do stuff that's, you know, custom for that person so that nobody else has their tattoo.
I should note that I've been thinking about this piece for probably, shopping this piece around for 5 to 7 years. Probably 20 different tattoo artists I brought it to, and probably 3 or 4 just visual artists just to get a, because I know in my mind what I want it to look like, but it's hard to explain. Brought it to him and he had it in about 2 weeks with, like on his first try, he got it pretty much exactly how I wanted it in my mind. So that's just really just a testament to like his depth and understanding of what, you know what I mean, what his clients want. So that's really, I was really impressed by that. 18, 20 different renditions of it, you know, and none of them made me say, yeah, that's it. You know, like his immediately, like he'll tell you as soon as I walked, I was like, that's it. That's exactly what I was looking for, you know what I mean? So it's tough to find, because like as somebody, I'm not the type to put just anything on me, you know what I mean? Some guys do, some guys will get tats where it's just whatever they feel like at the time, but for me, you know, a piece this size, you want the quality to be, you know, be all of that. All right, I got a couple more hours here left here at Crimson Empire getting this tattoo done. I'm gonna watch a movie here though, so this is it for me and Out of Bounds. You guys have a good one.
Wow, that tattoo is big. I have a pretty low tolerance for pain, hence my 0 tattoo count.
Yeah, I don't have any either. And I don't know if you could get a tattoo on back fat. Can they tattoo fat? I'm not sure.
Might not hurt as much, I don't know.
Yeah, I couldn't feel a thing. Up next in People of the Empire, we get to know John Wright, who was first exposed to live Eskimo football when he actually used to climb the trees to watch games in Clark Stadium.
I've been an Eskimo fan since probably about 1969 and a season ticket holder since 1976. When I was younger, I used to go to the Nut Hall Gang and then to the student section and fight over balls, which was always a lot of fun. And I always remembered going into Clark Park after I think it was the 3rd quarter, you could get into the main grandstands. So we'd always sneak in there and we'd go and sit right at the top at the 50-yard line. I said, damn, when I get older, I want tickets to the Eskimos. And I was probably at that time 12, 13 years old. Well, yeah, my mom dropping my younger brother and I off for Nut Hall Gang. And later on, when I was about probably 16, I can remember a Western final. I'm probably guessing 73 or 74, climbing the trees in the north end of Clark Park because there was no tickets available, and watching the game from the trees. And I don't think those trees are there anymore. You'd be able to look down. You'd have Dave Cutler knocking some balls that would probably go over the back end and land in the field, and you try to strip down quick enough to get the ball, and it didn't work all the time. So many things to think of. Probably Warren Moon. When he came in and started playing for the Eskimos, that was an exciting time for me as a fan, and probably for the whole city of that matter, because he was a great quarterback. I think it's the sense that we own part of the team. It's a community-based team. The guys on that football team, even to this day, they're always out and about in the community. So it would probably especially make the younger kids feel pretty special when they've got somebody they might look up to, socializing and talking with them. So I bought a bar called Sideliners. We bought it July 1st, 2009. I'm trying to partnership with the Eskimos to have something running every game day to try to get our customers out of here down to the stadium and back safely. So I bought a couple of season tickets for the pub that I'm going to give away to our lucky customers, along with the Grey Cup tickets. So, should be good.
Margot, you got to love the dedication of these Eskimo fans, especially the long-timers like John Wright. His chair now, his seat at Commonwealth's a lot more comfortable than the branch he used to sit on when he watched at Clark Park, eh?
So up next in Teammate Trivia, Alana Nolan is talking to Mathieu, Bertrand, and Pascal to see who knows their fellow Quebecer, Patrick Kabongo, the best. So check it out.
We are here with Quebec natives Mathieu Bertrand and Pascal, and we are going to find out who knows Pat Kabongo better. First question, where was Patrick born? A, Congo, B, Nigeria, or C, Zaire?
Nigeria.
C, Zaire.
Kinshasa, Zaire. 1-0.
How old was Pat when he learned to speak English? A, 21, B, 12, or C, 18?
I would say he played Vanier. I would say 18.
12. Oh, I have to be probably 18.
Hey, Stu, nothing.
One word that best describes Pat's personality. A, loud, B, funny, or C, glory?
Loud, loud, loud. Loud.
I would say glory.
Glory.
Well, that does it for our show today, but remember you can check us out next Wednesday starting at 4 p.m. on Shaw TV Channel 10. As always, you can check us out at esks.com and shawtv.com.
And remember, our half-hour show only runs every second Saturday and Sunday, so our next half-hour show will be on October 23rd. Put it on your calendar. Please, please do. Until then, go Eskimo! Well, up next and Out of Bounds, check in.
I didn't say kick.
It's crazy, man.
Fellow Quebecer, the one player
one
that I
name you
love
could actually
so
say.
much. The one, like, I love Patrick so much, and I can't even remember his name when I'm saying Saturday, where we'll take last week's. Was it last week's show and this week's show, or this week's show and next week's show?
Last week's show, this week's.
Okay,
Smell
sorry.
the blooper right here.
For a full half-hour episode.
We have the power.
We have the power. I got the power.
I don't think I'm gonna hear it.